Hello and welcome to Employment Law with YLaw. My name is Lina Yousafi and I'm the founder of YLaw. There have been some changes to the requirement of sick notes in BC. So sick notes are usually when an employee calls in sick and the employer says, I need you to go to the doctor and get me a note confirming that you can't attend work. As a lot of people know, in BC, our health care system is in crisis and doctors and hospitals are overrun by patients. So essentially what has happened is that the government has introduced legislation that gets rid of the requirement of sick notes when somebody is sick for at least a short amount of time. So essentially the employers are no longer allowed to ask an employee to provide sick notes for when they call in sick. Now, there's a caveat there because the government has to clarify what is the time period for this. So if it's like 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, a note may not be required, but for longer term sicknesses, the government will have to define when the sick note can be required, because for longer term sicknesses, they will be required still, so that it can be fair to the employer as well. The other change that was made to the sick days and sick note requirements, as you may recall, was during COVID, where the government introduced legislation that would allow an employee, whether they're part-time or full-time, to take up to 5 sick days off during the year, and the employer will have to pay them for those sick days. So whether you're full-time or part-time, you're entitled to up to 5 days of full sick days under the Employment Standards Act. And in addition, you're entitled to 3 days of unpaid sick days. A lot of employers have sick days more than 5 days, but that is the minimum allotment under our employment standard legislation.